Israel's important as a piece of the Jewish people. I think here again is a challenge, but if we want to use that language of reconstructing, I think many of the old models of the American Jewry's relationship to Israel are gone, are just not really relevant anymore. I mean, the notion that American Jews should send money and support this poor country, well, not exactly. That American Jews should make Aliyah, American Jews can, but that's not really what's operative. So I actually think the challenge is to come up with new models of how these two communities should be related to each other. And I think it's a challenge for both of us. In other words, I think Israelis and Israeli society needs to think of why and they should feel connected to this worldwide Jewish people, which I think many of them wonder why. And I think increasingly what's changed, particularly for the generations of American Jews that didn't grow up in the period before the state existed or as it began, or even who, like myself, who, for the 6-Day War, the 67 war was an important, but, have come after that. I think these questions about the relationship to Israel have become much more critical, and the answers are not so clear. And I think we need to begin to come to new answers and new metaphors, because the old ones are really pretty dead. Again, I don't have the answers, but I think one place is really to see a connection, a cultural connection, because even if, and it should only happen that there's peace tomorrow in Israel, so all the political issues are settled, we still have the question, what's the relationship, right? So if we're no longer worried about Israel's security, so I really think it's around this culture, this really vibrant culture that Israel has. It's a challenge for many American Jews because that culture is in Hebrew. It's a language that most American Jews aren't fluent in. But I think that's a place where politics is not particularly relevant, and that's a place that we already can be better connected. And the Jewish Community Center here they have this Israel Nonstop, a whole bunch of artists, and every year we're actually the only synagogue that says, great, they offer every synagogue to have on that Shabbat some Israeli artists come, and we say, great. And we've had like these incredible experiences, including there was an Israel modern dance group that came, and they said, this is the first time we've ever been performing in a synagogue. And what kind of place is this that would have us perform? There were secular Israelis who were doing pieces that were deeply influenced by the Jewish tradition, because even as secular Israelis, the Jewish tradition, even parts of the traditional Jewish tradition, were things that they knew about and were part of their language and their life. And it was a great moment of meeting between American Jews and these secular Israeli Jews, and there needs to be more of that, I think.